Nashville? You remember that CD?
I do, actually.
We were in a good CD. Hey, we were in a good place in our life when it came out. Welcome back, everybody. This is 2025. Happy New Year. We are back. Give it up one time. We miss y'all, and I hope y'all missed us too. 2025, we live. There was no beef. We were good. We were good.
We've been busy.
It was a little beef, but we were able to pray and push through, right? But we're good. Pound it, because when you don't pound, people think it's going down. You see what I'm saying? You gotta show the people that we are a united
We've just been busy.
It's been crazy.
We've just been busy.
Things have been so crazy.
Back to back. I don't even know where you... How many weeks has it been?
It's been 4. It's been a whole month.
Okay.
A month off.
I think that should be done every year. We just be so busy during the holidays. And the kids got schedules. They be busy. We be busy.
It's the kids.
Even this month of January, I have like a lot of things on my calendar.
It's mostly the kids, though. I remember Drake had a line. I just said a Drake line. I'm going to say another one. Drake said, I remember when my schedule was as flexible as she is. And that's true. I remember those days. That's why I played that song in the beginning of this episode. If you didn't hear the song because you're watching the visual vibes on YouTube, I played Ayo by Chris Brown. Fan of a Fan, the album. Now, before Fan of a Fan, the album came out, Fan of a Fan, the mixtape came out with Chris Brown and Tyga. When I tell you, that time in my life was so good. I don't even know what I was doing.
Nothing.
But I just know
you didn't have no responsibility.
I just know Deuces was out. I know, and you know what I want to do? For the next 2, maybe 3 episodes, I'm playing songs from that album. The next one I'm going to play is I Ain't Thinking About You Tonight. That shit. Wait, hey, go back and revisit today. Fan of a Fan, the mixtape. The album was cool. Don't get it twisted. My phone. Fan of a Fan, the mixtape. Let's guess. We started talking in 2009. I think that was 2011. Had to be. Fan.
We did not start talking in 2009.
We did not. Sorry, Father. Hey, listen. Sorry out there if you and I met in 2009 and you like, oh, he just said they were talking. My bad. Well, we started talking in what, 2010? Yeah. 2010. So I'm going to say 2012 then. Fan of a Fan, the mixtape. You got to type
2010.
We started talking. That's when we first started talking. That's when your cheeks was loose. You was spreading them legs like 6:30. Not 6:30. It's this way.
Not giving you that much.
You wouldn't give me that much butt, but the head was overflowing. Now it's like reverse. You were doing a lot more than what you were doing now. A lot more, actually.
What I say that is not true.
I don't think I got into the whole 4th quarter. Let's just be honest with everybody.
That ain't true either, because our anniversary was in the 4th quarter. That's not true.
That's a shame. Fellas out there, listen to me love and listen to me play. If you can calculate and count how many times your woman gives you special attention, and if it's only on special holidays, then you need to revisit your situation. I'm sorry. I just got to put it out there.
You gonna have the ugly niggas on TikTok going after money. It's all right, because TikTok about to be banned anyway.
So you might not have to worry about that come January 19th. How you doing?
We're not starting the episode on it.
I know. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm going to Fan of a Fan, and I'm moving right on past that. How have you been doing? Whoa. First of all, I am your host, Beloved, and like sometimes I have my very special host with me,
India Marie.
India Marie and Beloved, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you needed in 2025. But we back and we are live. Give it up for yourself one time.
You notice he didn't say who he was here to stay because he don't know.
I never know. I had to ask if we were recording today. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I asked us, hey, now last week I said, this true story. I said, do you plan on recording the podcast again? And if so, are we recording last week, which would be like last week? And she said, I said, how about Wednesday? She like, yeah, we can do it. I was taken aback. I never know what's the vibes in the building. Like she's so. The only thing she gets excited about these days. What? Oh, I'm gonna pause. We'll talk about that later too. Don't you go there yet. The only thing she gets excited about is Pilates these days. So I don't know. I'm gonna start wearing.
That's not true.
India. That is true.
That's not true.
Do I still got my code? Because we're not talking about Pilates. Without. Go to work at Pilates.
Oh, no. I misunderstood. No, that's not what he has. I misunderstood you. I thought you said, do I still have a cold, C-O-L-D? And I was going to say, yeah, because you sound stuffy.
No, y'all sound stuffy.
That's not.
Do I have a code to provide the people who listen to the podcast?
No, because it's.
Damn, she like, forget y'all. So
that's
we're not going to talk about.
Let me think. I'll figure out what type of podcast special I want to do next week. I got y'all next week. But it worked. 2 people booked the last one, so.
No advertisements shall come on the pod until we discuss some financial or otherwise details. So you can't even say the word Pilates. You can't, I can't. You can't say anything about Pilates until we get a code. I'm just putting it out there.
I never bring it up. You the one who be bringing it up.
Because that's all you think about. And if it's all you think about, if it's important to you, Queen, you know what's important to me. Give it up one time.
I mean, yeah, it's very important right now because my livelihood is tied to my business.
That's right. You gotta get it. It's an entrepreneurship. It's tough. It's a dirty game. You talk about it. Come on now. Give it up.
I'm very sleepy.
Energy up. I got coffee.
Energy down. I've had a bug in my head for a month now. What has been going on?
And the hair sticking out of the front. God bless. The gray hair coming out of the back.
I don't have gray hair. Stop saying that.
India has gray hair. It's cool. Go ahead.
I don't. What have we been doing? So like,
all right, I got you.
New
I got
Year?
it from here. Damn. Hold on. Let me hit this.
Give me a week.
I got you.
During the week, we got these
iPod.
Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
All right. So listen, before we left y'all, we have to go back a little bit. Right before the vibes left, we had planned on recording. However, it was around Christmas time, right? So then, boom, Christmas came. We never really planned on recording Christmas because, damn it, it's Christmas. So let's start there. Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas? What did you get? How did you feel about it? Did you achieve all your Christmas dreams? Talk about it.
I didn't have any Christmas dreams.
It's crazy.
I just want the kids to have a good Christmas.
Yeah. So we stayed at home.
And now, like, since I have a Pilates studio, people only buy me Pilates clothes.
That's all you wear. Look at you right now, trying to show a little cleavage and a little belly. You know what we left off?
It's going to forever be inappropriate.
I remember. I got it. You told the people, you sat up here and lied on camera, and we talked about you getting sets for Christmas. Now, I want you to go back and tell the people what you got for Christmas.
I got a set.
How many sets
2.
did you get?
The second one was a genuine surprise. He bought me these Fabletics sweatpants, and I knew he was going to. First of all,
show the vibes.
But let me tell you, I knew that you was getting it. I knew that you had it.
Let me tell you how.
The reason why I knew that you had it because I saw it in your car.
Bingo. Let me tell you.
I just moved it to the back seat. But you knew I was driving your car that day, so you left it in there.
If I tell you, don't go in my trunk.
It wasn't in the trunk. All
right. Whatever.
It was on
Go ahead, get that.
the seat.
But
it was on the back seat. I picked Blake up from school in your car. I opened up the back door.
And you opened up the bag. Tell the people the truth.
I know it. It wasn't no tissue paper on top.
Because it's
and we were just in Fabletics earlier that week, so I knew what it was.
Okay. That's fine.
I did. Remember, I told him, I said, if you give me anything, I just want some new Vomeros. He did give me a pair of new Vomeros.
And she been wearing a hole in them too.
I do. Here's the thing. When it comes to sneakers, if I find a pair...
She's going to wear them.
Yeah, I don't believe in preserving sneakers. Like, I don't care.
It can be crystal clear.
I will have a $200 pair of sneakers on, and I will wear them
in the mud.
Until it has a hole in it.
In the snow, wherever she goes.
I do not believe in preserving my clothes and shoes. If I have them. They bring me joy. I'm going to wear them till I can't wear them anymore.
She's the true definition of rock, not stock. You're looking at her right now.
So the pair he got me just so happened to go with everything. So you know what I've been doing? Wearing them with everything.
I said, damn.
They've been sitting there right by the door because we don't wear shoes in our house.
Sometimes.
And I leave them by the door. I put them on, walk outside.
Sometimes I hit the jackpot, right? That's a gift I hit the jackpot on. And let me tell you, 2 gifts of mine that she wears 100% of the time. One, she complained about a little bit. You got to go back last year, this time. You can hear it. I bought her a coat.
Aritzia coat.
I bought her that big, expensive-ass coat.
So much.
I'm talking about my girl, she sleeps with it on, right? Every time she leaves the house, whoop, she puts it on.
Early this week, I almost had to sleep in it.
You don't bear to leave. Week by week.
So then, like, the only thing that was a genuine surprise from Barrett was he did go to Aloe and buy me another fit from Aloe. And you know, Aloe a little pricey. So
I told y'all.
Aloe.
But I told y'all on that episode, what I depicted was my experience at Aloe. I wasn't even making it up. So when I went in there, I'm like, where the sets at? I got this over here. I'm like, nah, I understand what you're saying. However, I'm looking for a set, top, bottom, together. Lady says, yeah, bottom over here. And there are like 5 other tops that go with that bottom. I said, cool, where's the cheapest one you got? Because we said...
Which is why...
And then look.
He got me... Okay, so if you go back and look at pictures of my grand opening, I had on some khaki colored Aloe pants. It's like
Talk about it.
It's like a multi-purpose pants, right? You can wear them as slacks. You can wear them as like some chinos. You can also they're good for me to teach in because they're very flexible.
You can wear them to church.
Pant. I can wear them anywhere. So I had them on in my grand opening. He bought me the black pair in those same pants. So,
and let me tell you why I bought them. Because she wears the khaki one so much. I'm like, she must like them.
Well, I haven't worn them recently because they're kind of thin. It's a really good summer pant, like spring, summer.
Okay.
So he bought the black pair.
On Black Friday, too.
Love it. Then he turned around and bought a sports bra. So I said, well, then, Beard, I got to go in there and buy something else because I need something to go over. I can't just wear the sports bra. But that's okay because I got 2 Aloe gift cards for my birthday. So I'll be in Aloe at some point this week.
It's cool. Give it up for you. It's cool. You got some good friends.
A set was like, it just needed to go together.
So listen, buy a set. And fellas, that's something that you can do.
I was going to say,
go ahead.
Aloe not having sets is crazy because unless you catch a really good Aloe sale, you're not spending less than $200.
I mean, they got sets. They're just separate. They got them.
Yeah. They're not selling anything together. You're going to buy your top for $80.
And your bottom
your sports bra,
for $129.
Yeah.
I know. So it's a little bit vicious out here, right? It's cold. But needless to say, I got her those things. And I put them in the same box. Since she complained about it, I put everything together. Now, let me tell y'all about Christmas the day before. Now, 2 things I like to do, right? I like to iron and I like to wrap gifts. That being said, when it's time to wrap gifts, I don't want to wrap every gift in the house. India I don't know what the hell India was doing, to be honest with you. Christmas Eve, she was flaunting around looking like a partridge in the pear tree, seeing me wrap gifts. And after a while, I said, hey, I got 2 more gifts you can wrap. I went and commissioned her. I said, hey, listen, baby, you got to wrap these last 2 gifts. Fellas, don't let the women hit us with the okie doke.
No, I volunteered to wrap the gifts because you asked me was I going to help, and I told him no.
And let me tell you,
so I meant that because I was busy.
What were you doing?
I was cleaning the greens. It was taking a while. So I was picking, once you start doing greens, it's a process. So I had to pick them, and I didn't start picking them until it was 10 o'clock at night.
I got to say this.
Or no, it's probably 9. But anyways, we hosted Christmas dinner.
We keep forgetting an important part to this story, though, but
We hosted Christmas dinner. So I was just up getting the stuff together for that. So since I knew you weren't going to be helping me with nothing in the kitchen, you had the gifts.
But
Also, furthermore, them kids got a lot of stuff for Christmas. They had a much bigger Christmas than I thought that they were going to have. We thought it was going to be
crazy.
like one big gift for him, one big gift for her, and like some clothes maybe because Blake got a PS5. And, you know, we didn't buy Shiloh nothing new. But
that's messed up.
Blake had a kitchen. Well, I mean, kind of stuff new. Blake had a kitchen set when he was about Shiloh's age, maybe even 3.
Yeah.
And so when we moved last year from our old house, the movers kind of wrapped up a lot of toys that had stuff falling out of them and doors and stuff like that. So that kitchen has a bunch of doors that open. So they saran wrapped that entire kitchen.
Good saran wrap,
So-
too. Fire.
We never brought the kitchen in the house. A lot of Blake's toys, by the time, because that summer, I feel like he went and spent like 5 weeks in Mississippi the summer we moved.
Can't wait.
And when he came back, it was just like he had kind of outgrown some of the stuff that he used to play with
A lot.
often. So we never brought that stuff back into the house. So I was like, why are we going to go buy another kitchen?
Just gonna get this one to Shiloh.
Yeah, and I knew she liked because I see her play with it when she goes to daycare.
Yeah.
So we brought the kitchen up. We cleaned it up real good. We did buy new pots and pans and
Pink.
new food and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
But the kitchen
So,
was good, you know. So
I was like, this is great.
we did a kitchen renovation. That's
Yeah.
what we did for the baby.
Well, a couple weeks before, like 2 weeks before Christmas, Bear's mom came in town and she was like, I brought all the kids Christmas stuff. And it was 4 huge Santa bags full of gifts.
And when you start unpacking it, it felt like the bags kept going. I'm like, damn. Now I see how Santa Claus puts all the gifts in the bag.
So we didn't realize, like, in my head, I was like, well, she always spoils them for Christmas. Always. She always does, like, above and beyond. But I didn't think that she was going to do as much this year because we weren't spending it with her at her house. We spent the Christmas here at home. And so when she pulls up with these bags, I was like, oh my God. So mind you, me and Bear had already started buying the kids stuff, but we weren't tallying up what was being bought. So like he'll be out, he'll see something and buy it, or he'll order it online. And I was doing the same thing. And we were just kind of shoving it, you know, in the bag. So we brought out all of his mom's gifts. And then we started bringing out the stuff that we bought. And me and him was kind of looking around like, why do we have all this
I
stuff?
started
Like,
having a panic
the
attack.
kids. So you're big on rapping.
I love
My
rapping.
plan was never to rap all
I
this
knew
stuff.
you gonna put it in the
I
bag.
felt like we had enough raps presents from his mom that we didn't need to rap anything. And furthermore,
And lazy love.
Like-
Now you see, you understand.
that's how I grew up.
Lazy
And
love.
I didn't appreciate that stuff any less. I was still excited. My mama, actually, by the time me and my brother got to high school,
But it's something about unwrapping the gift.
I don't care about that. By the time me and my brother got to high school, my mama had stopped rapping altogether. And we would go to bed and then we would wake up in the morning with all of our Christmas presents laid out on our bed.
So next time you wear some lingerie and I'm like, why don't you just get naked? Remember, I don't care about that.
Well, you do that. So it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have to buy
I don't
it.
want to unwrap nothing. Give it to me unwrapped.
So I was like, Blake and Shiloh did not care. They got so many clothes. They needed it. They had outgrown like half their closet. They got so many clothes. The clothes, we didn't have to wrap them clothes. The clothes could have went in a bag.
Anyway, like I said, it's something about the joy of kids unwrapping their gifts. So
Blake had no joy. Blake had no joy.
My boy saw
because
them clothes, like, what's clothes? He was pissed. Because he was looking for the PlayStation 5. He had an inkling. Now, he knew he was going to get a PS5. So in his heart, every gift should have been the PS5. His mom did him dirty and made me hide the PS5 until like the last gift.
No, but the reaction was so
It was
cute.
good. I might post it on this video or something. I might clip it up. But now, going back to me wrapping the gifts, I forgot an important part. Now, earlier that day, that day, India has a friend who brought her a gift. The gift was what? Some cookies and some apple cider and some eggnog. Now,
She asked me, shout out to Dr. Raquel. So she texted me and she asked me and she was like, I bring around treats on Christmas Eve and
Yeah.
cider.
Yeah.
I just want to know if you want yours spiked or
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
unspiked.
We're getting somewhere.
And so I said, child, I've been in the house with these kids and they are driving me nuts. Spike me up.
Spike. So she
Spike
said,
me up. That's what I told her. Spike me up.
now knowing
So-
she doesn't drink eggnog.
And she brought enough for like the whole family. So like she brought enough cookies for the whole family.
Yeah.
And she brought us 2 bottles of eggnog, 2 bottles of cider. So I should have told her to not bring us on. And I just went thinking.
Bingo.
I went thinking.
She, once again, doesn't drink eggnog. When you bring eggnog in the house, who do you think is going to drink it? So on Indy, like, we got some eggnog. I'm like, man, I like eggnog. I go straight from the bottle because
I told you it was some liquor in there.
You said a little bit. I know. And like, you know, when you make a Irish cream cake and like any kind of cake that has a little bit of alcohol in it, I'm thinking like that, like just for flavor. So she said it was some eggnog. I shit, bet. That it was Christmas Eve. That day, I'm going straight out the bottle. Bloop, bloop, throughout the day. This is a process.
Because it tastes so good. You're
was
missing out. The reason you kept drinking
couldn't put it
is
down.
because it tastes good.
And I'm like, man, this don't got no liquor in it. It just tastes like eggnog and cinnamon. The more I drank, the more the day went on. So boom, by that evening, I poured it up again, had me the rest of the bottle of eggnog. I'm sitting there wrapping gifts, and all of a sudden the room starts spinning. And I didn't know why. I sat back on the couch and said, whoo, man, I'm kind of tired of wrapping gifts now. I looked up at the TV.
That's where his attitude started
Hey.
coming from because he was sitting on the couch drunk.
I'm pissed. The TV wouldn't stop moving. I saw like 5 people like running across the TV and I wasn't even watching that. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is insane. Come to find out Christmas the next morning, I woke up and I'm like, damn, I was drunk. It didn't hit me until that, like the next day, I'm like, that egg. But I couldn't stop drinking. I mean, I was knocking it back. That shit was fire. Give it up for the eggnog one time. Hold up.
So he
Amazing.
wouldn't have. Bear likes wrapping presents. He would not have batted an eye on wrapping those gifts had he not been drunk as
The
a skunk
room
on the
started
couch.
spinning. I said, oh, Lord, my body felt warm. Anyway.
And then I kept seeing him do weird stuff. He would like stand up, look around, and then he would just sit back down. Then he'll slump. I was looking at him. I was like, what is he doing?
I had to make sure Santa Claus wasn't coming early. I was been on a naughty list, sitting been drinking. And yeah, if you're wondering, my stomach was hurting. Yeah, it did. The next day, that night. So I'm like, God, wow, my back, everything was hurt. So that's why I don't drink anyway. Long story less long, Christmas was great. So then after Christmas, I'm skipping around here because, you know, Tom, do you want to add something else about Christmas? You good? Feel good about it?
To say, you know, for Christmas, as we get older, it's okay to start your own traditions for Christmas.
We talked about that. It was cool.
So we had a good time.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool being at home. I didn't have to travel. That's the best thing about it. Not having to haul gifts from Mississippi to Tennessee is always great, you know. So,
and with all that stuff, there's no way we would have made it back home with as much stuff. Half that stuff would have been left in Mississippi.
Yeah. Like coming soon, hopefully, you know, people will start traveling more, coming to us more, or we get like a cabin or something and do Christmas together.
Somewhere
Something like,
else.
yeah. Like that's what you know, hopefully that can happen in the near future, but Christmas was great. And then December 28th. So mind y'all, let's back up. For me, our anniversary, November 15th. Christmas, December 25th. December 28th, here we come. Shiloh's birthday party now. India was cool. Like, hey, we don't have to have Shiloh a birthday party. I think she's cool. Like, we don't have to do anything. Christmas just passed. Our anniversary just passed. Like, don't overextend yourself. You don't got to spend anything else. And she was cool. She was fine. Now, my daughter, you get stuff for your birthday. You do stuff.
I didn't say don't get her stuff. I just said, so here's the thing. Shiloh's birthday parties, like moving forward, will be in the summertime because her birthday is so close for Christmas. I don't feel like people will show up for her the way that she deserves.
Yeah, she deserves it. It's my dog.
So that is like, and for the sake of my personal annoyance,
Yeah.
Like, she will have like half birthday parties in the summertime because I'm like, y'all gonna show up for my baby.
But everybody who showed up, we appreciate it. And it was a super last minute thing. So boom, December 20. Now I was calling around to some places, getting some prices, and the prices wasn't right. But then I finally called this one place that me and her, Shiloh and I had went to, and it was the Smyrna Indoor Playground or something like that. I'm going to call them and see, can we have a party there? I called them. It's a locally owned, like mom and daughter spot. I said, hey, listen, I got 5 kids that's trying to come. My daughter's having a birthday party. I don't need nothing big. I need a place to put a cake. Can we come there? She was like, you only got 5 people? I said, yeah. She said, yeah, if you just want to come pay for them, I'll reserve the party, the party place for you, the party room for you. I'm like, you got to be kidding. She's like, yeah, just come pay. So give it up for them one time.
And we didn't even have 5 kids. It was Shiloh, 2 little girls, and Blake.
Yeah. So I ended up saving like a couple of bucks. So boom, there you go. Bought a pizza for everybody, had cake. And when I tell you, I called this lady on the 24th, I think. On the 27th, I called to confirm. 28, pulled up. Absolutely no problem. So
Shiloh had a ball.
Oh, I didn't know because I was watching football, but I had to stay with the stuff, the purses. And I was watching football. So yeah, they went out there and had a ball at the place. So we made it happen for my daughter's birthday. So that's December 28th. Now let's get down to the brass tacks things. I am a sucker for New Year's Eve. I personally, what you thought I was going to say?
Go, keep going.
I personally think New Year's Eve is one of the best holidays ever created beside my birthday, beside Jesus' birthday, which I found out wasn't Jesus' birthday, which made me mad over this year. I was pissed off. My friends told me that the December 25th ain't Jesus' birthday.
You said it's a pagan holiday.
I turned up.
Yeah.
I was pissed off. I know y'all like, you just found it. So I did just find it out. That's on me, not on y'all. Anyway, boom. New Year's Eve come. I'm ready to turn up. This is why I say next year, and I don't care what this one says, next year, the babies will either have a grandparent babysitter or they will be at a grandparent's house. It's her decision which route she wants to take. However, for New Year's Eve, December 29th, they're going with their grandparents.
Who you going out with? I don't want to go out. I don't like New Year's Eve partying anymore. It's not fun.
Well, we got to make sacrifices for the greater good of the house, though. I'm saying, if I like going out and that's my holiday, that's my thing, like my birthday,
I don't want to be with them heathen activities. I'm trying to live right for the Lord.
Me too.
I don't want to do that.
Too. But however, at the same time, I do like going to nice places and having a good time with sophisticated people who know how to act.
I could go to dinner.
No. I'm trying to go.
You trying to turn up?
No, I'm not trying to turn up.
Standing up.
I'm not trying to do all
looking
that.
at each other.
I'm trying to go somewhere where the vibes are elevated and the drinks are cold.
And see, that don't exist in Nashville. I have yet to see an elevated vibe in Nashville for New Year's Eve.
Let me tell you what type of party I want to have, right? I DJ, right? And on Instagram, my algorithm, and on TikTok, it's full of DJ stuff now. There's a DJ like little house thing they got called Apartment Life. Do yourself a favor, go to Apartment Life on Instagram. Phenomenal vibe. This is the kind of vibe I'm trying to catch. I'm not trying to catch
a house party?
No. Like the music of the entire thing, not the disconnect the house party from it. But just think about the music, right? If we can go to a place like that, I would have a ball. I want to go somewhere where, like I said, the vibes are elevated, the drinks are cold, the night is young, and I can't think of a fourth thing to say, but you get the vibes. That's where I want to go. We ain't got to do too much. Like in the past, we went to Vegas and went and kicked it with DJ Khaled and everybody.
That was a whole different time period of life.
And so I'm saying we don't have to go that hard. You feel me? But there's a place in the middle of where I want to be in that. And that's where I want to live.
It don't be nobody outside but fools and idiots. I like to be in the house with my children ringing in the new year.
I want to be out where the vibes are high and the drinks are cold. So next year we're gonna find something, because this year, you know what we did? Go to sleep. The ball fell right down and we just went straight to sleep. I don't even think her panties fell down. The ball fell down, eyelids closed.
They didn't, but you know.
Because that was your levitating mode, what do you call it? Oh yeah, you were upset, but what yeah, she was mad. What was that called though? We get there in a minute.
What, keep going?
Anyway.
I still don't want to go after New Year.
And I say all that to say, I think she should compromise, and it's a place in the middle we can
You
meet.
asking me to compromise on my morals and my standards.
I'm not asking you to compromise on your morals and your standards, but nigga, I ain't never seen you go to nobody's church on New Year's Eve. It's not like you going to the watch.
This year.
Not like you going to the watch service. You feel me?
No, I'm going next year. That's where I'm
not
going.
I'll tell you what.
That's where I'm going.
I'll tell you what.
And I'm not going to church and then going out to the club.
Okay, well, forget
I'm
it
not
then.
doing that.
How many people we know used to do that? I know a lot of gang of people went to church from, let's say, 8 to 10. They left church 10:30. They went to pregame. At 11, they were in the club. And we don't have, listen to what I was saying. I don't think you're hearing me right now. You're talking to talk. Listen to me real fast. We don't have.
You talking to talk, because I already told you what I want to do.
We don't have to go to the club. I want to go somewhere, but I don't want to go necessarily to dinner. We can go cinema.
They're close now.
No, but I'm saying, you get what I'm saying? There was a lot of I'm saying. Cinema. Did you not have a good time at cinema?
No, Bear, I was pregnant. Out to please you.
Aside,
No, I didn't.
aside
What
from
are you
the fact,
talking about?
aside from
live
the
in
fact,
like a La La Land type of like you sitting here asking me to compromise for you, not understanding that I've compromised for you for like all the years that we've been out for New Year's. Like I never wanted to go party for New Year's. Every year we went out to party for New Year's, it's because that's your favorite holiday.
so why stop now? That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't want to do it
why
anymore.
stop now? And I'm not asking you to go and do
I don't
that.
want to do it anymore.
You know, like I'm asking you to go to Travis Scott concert. Bing, bing. I'm not asking you to do all that. I'm asking you to go get clean, and have a good time with your boy.
Spirits.
I'm just asking you to have a good time. Anyway, New Year's Eve came. We were in the house. Now, boom, here we are going throughout the week. And this is where we were supposed to record the podcast the first time. After New Year's Eve, we were going to come back, talk to you guys. But then your birthday came. Birthday was on a Wednesday, right? So that weekend, we were going to go out. Not a week, the weekend prior, we went out. Once again, India did not know what she wanted to do. Fast rewind a little bit. In November, I said, hey, India, what do you want to do for your birthday? India, traditional answer, nothing. I said, we did nothing last year.
Yo, why doesn't he know his wife now by now?
We did nothing last year, and I got in trouble because nothing is what we did. So
Because
this year,
nothing doesn't mean nothing.
it's girl math, for real. Nothing plus nothing mean nothing. Nah, it means nothing plus nothing means something to this one, right? Anyway, I said, India, I think, and I know this was November because we were in my mom's house. So I walked back in my room because India is the queen of like waking up late and doing everything she wants to do, right? So I walked back in the room. I say, hey, I got 3 options for you. Option A, we can rent 2 cabanas at the Virgin Hotel, invite all your friends. We go kick it in these cabanas. Boom. Option B, we can rent 1 cabana, go to L27, go kick it over there. And option C, I forgot what option C was. Anyway, gave her the options. Indy said, I don't know. And then it looked at me like I was speaking Japanese. Looked at me like I had 3 heads. Literally said, I don't know. And stared into the abyss. I said, Indy, you have to know. I mean, I just don't know. So I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna worry about it. We got back. Mind you, I press the issue every day. I'm talking about damn near up until like she decided. What you want to do for your birthday? What you want to do for your birthday? I said, they got the cabanas. Finally, she decides it's too cold to be out there. I'm like, they got heat. They got the little, the tiki torches and shit going on. I don't want to go. But Latisse, shout out to Latisse. Latisse told me about this place called Golden Sound. I think I want to try that. She told me a week before her birthday. So mind you, I'm like, all right, shit, I'm finna email Golden Sound and tell them we got a gang of people. I need a section and I need bottles. That's what I did. Email Golden Sound. I said, I got 15. We pulling up. Like, so, what?
But mind you, y'all, because I don't want nobody to get offended.
It was an estimate.
By not having it. If I say anything that I did on my birthday. Even me saying that was still not a plan for me.
It was
like it was just like
we gonna get to we gonna get to it.
Now you sitting here like making me have a plan when I didn't want to have a plan.
I forced the issue. I did, and it wasn't an invite thing.
Going out, I was like, okay, we'll hit up this bar or whatever, and I literally ended up texting people like the day of, the night before, like, hey, I don't feel like doing nothing for my birthday, but if you're out, this is just my text. If you just so happen to be out on Saturday, pull up on me. This is where I'll be.
So that's just what she said.
I just wasn't feeling it. I was in a birthday funk.
She had seasonal depression. She needs to take some medicine for that. I'm not trying to be funny either when I said it with a straight face. She needs to take medicine. She needs to get clinically diagnosed around November till the end of February. She needs to pop pills for a minute. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you do that on your own time, nothing wrong. Listen, I'm not a pill popper.
The reason why I'm laughing is because he is not lying.
I know I'm not. I wasn't being funny at all. She had a lot of death.
But he also knows that I don't. What?
You had a lot of death in your family around that time. You get older around that time. Like, you get more gray hair. I can understand your vibes being a little diluted. My vibes are always high. Never mind. You told me don't talk about it. I had to stop. But we finally decided to go somewhere for her birthday. So we went to this place. We went out to eat. She and I went out to eat, and the food was great. I'm not going to tell y'all where we went because it's hard to get a reservation. And I don't want y'all getting a reservation when I'm trying to get one. If you really want to know, DM me, and I'll, depending on who you are.
The food is so good.
Yeah, the food is great.
OMG. But it was so good that we didn't have a choice but to go to dinner at 5 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. And depending on who you are, I'll tell you. But it was a perfect time. Went to dinner. Now we leave dinner, we pull up to Golden Sound. I'm a gentleman. Fellas, take it from your boy. When it's cold outside, pull up to the front door and drop your woman off so she won't be cold. Also, before you go and pull up to the front door, prep her. Because if your lady is anything like mine, she has to prepare herself to get out of the car, meaning reapplying lipstick, putting on her shoes that may have conveniently come off, trying to get her purse back in order.
I don't like the way you're talking about me right now.
I'm giving people the game.
I don't like it.
Give your woman at least a 10-minute head start to let her know, hey, when we pull up to this next spot, I'm dropping you off at the door. Let me tell you what I do. I leave. I put it in the GPS. We got 15 minutes to the next spot. Go ahead and start getting ready because I'm dropping you off at the front door. And I say it like that. She'll get a little attitude, but she'll appreciate me because she's so damn tired.
No, I don't.
All the time. Anyway, I drop her off. Within 2 minutes of me dropping her off, she calls me and said, this ain't it. I said, what? This ain't it. Come back and get me. I'm like, nigga, I ain't even parked yet, but I'll pull back around. And some of her guests are starting to show up. Kayla's always going to be on time. The first one every time. Shout out to Kayla, too. Shout out to Kayla. And I can say this because I know when this episode is coming out. Congratulations. Give it up for Kayla one time. Yeah, I'm not releasing this episode till next Tuesday.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, it's going to be well. When Kayla hears this episode, if you hear it, you have gotten proposed to by now. We are recording this episode a little bit prior to when I'm going to release it. India also, well, we won't jump the gun. Let's get done.
Yeah, we won't tell the details, but early congratulations.
Early congratulations.
Which one won't be early? Yeah.
It'll be on time, but this one's for you. So anyway, she gets back in my car and we like, well, let's go to the next spot. So I'm turned up because I put on Future and Drake. We don't take it in. We just change locations. So we trying to find somewhere to go. She's in a panic, texting all her friends.
No, so then TJ was like, go to PH Craft Cocktail. So
man,
like,
why y'all didn't tell me PH was closed down? They
why would PH? And then I don't even think their page is up anymore. I was like, what is happening?
PH used
And
to be
why?
fire.
So they've closed down. It's a predominantly white bar now.
We got a pool table and cigarettes.
Yeah, definitely not the vibes. No, again, I walk in there, walk right back out. So I was like, where can I go? I just want to hear some ratchet black music.
And you can always count on good old Bungalow 10 a jar or makeshift. So I said, Kayla said makeshift. And I said, makeshift is going to be a little too small for the amount of people who said they would show up. Let's go to Bungalow 10. And we pulled up.
We didn't know who was showing up. Somebody told us not to do Bungalow 10 because they said it was going to be super ratchet.
And I'm okay with that. I preferably want that.
And then it was like, you probably not going to have nowhere to sit down.
And they were right. But when we got there at a good enough time to where we took up the whole bar, the entire bar, the side of the bar.
I'm talking about makeshift.
Oh, yeah. Makeshift, it was over with. It was over.
Yeah. So we ended up, I was texting folks like, hey, pull up on me at Bungalow 10.
Anyway, went to Bungalow 10, had a phenomenal time. And when my friends get around, preferably my best friend, Philip, he's going to buy India 1,001 shots.
Oh, it was a disaster.
True to form, India was like, I'm not going to drink that much. By the time I looked at India, eyes got glossy. She like, I said, oh yeah, she's drunk. She's drunk. And then she got the talking loud. She turned into 2011 India.
I told Bear, I went over there to Bear. I said, hey, I'm drunk. Get me out of here right now.
Yeah. But you kept, man, look, she said that and continued to party. I said, oh yeah, she drunk. Because she's still not ready to go. She told me to get her out of here and then continue to like bounce around.
In all seriousness, I don't like drinking like that anymore. I don't hardly ever drink anymore because I don't like the way it makes me feel. And then also I'm at the point in my life now where like my easy, slow Sundays are more important than like a turned up Saturday. And if I'm getting
you got to be 63 years old. Easy,
if I'm
slow
getting
Sunday.
so turned up on Saturday to where I can't go to church or like I can't get up and do what I'm supposed to do on Sunday mornings, then I don't want to do it anymore. That's just the phase of life that I'm in. Kudos to, folks that still like to kick it like that, but I don't. And like I said, it would be different if I didn't feel so bad after drinking. Now when I drink, it takes me 48 hours to recover. I'm a slug for 48 hours.
She's not lying because my girl did not go to church the next morning. And she was moving extra slow all that Sunday and all that Monday.
Well, and I had a photo shoot that day. So, I don't like, at this point, I just have things that are more important. And
I was teed up, though.
Drinking is not one of them. Like I said, I don't enjoy it. Beer, no. I used to go shot for shot with folks. Like,
yeah, you went that night.
Would tear a bottle down.
Well, you tried, but the bottle tore you down.
So, I really didn't have that much to drink. The issue was that there was a bunch of mixing of alcohols.
Okay.
So, and it didn't sit right on my stomach. So we went to the restaurant and it's Japanese restaurant. And I had some sake. So good.
It was
so good.
I don't drink. I tasted, did one of those things I heard and it was so nasty. Absolutely disgusting.
Anyways, I had that. So I was already feeling good by the time I left dinner. And then by the time we walked into Bungalow 10, my homeboy Chris just so happened to be at Bungalow 10. He was already there. So I walked in. He was like, hey, turn up. I'm about to get you a Chris 75. Which is like, I like French 75s.
Hennessy.
He drinks his with Hennessy.
It's crazy.
So I was drinking it and really all I needed was one of those. Because after that first drink, I was floating.
Yeah, we could tell.
So then Philip gets there and he orders a flight of margaritas. So random. And so he was like, you can pass them out to whoever you want to pass them out to. So it's 4. I take 1 and then give them to 3 friends. And at that point, I'm like, this is turning into a disaster. Like, I'm feeling very drunk at this point. Then I look up. There's 2 more shots of tequila coming my way.
It's going down.
So at this point, I've had sake, I've had Hennessy, and now I have tequila. What is happening here?
It's up. It's up.
Those 2 shots, like we take a shot together and I don't even drink it. I stick my tongue in it and I pour it out.
It's that old big love maneuver back in the day.
The second shot, pour it out. I was like, I'm not taking it. So this one I walked up to bed. I was like, it's time for me to go. I would like to go home.
But you kept going. You kept going. Now, mind you, when I'm in spots like that, I will smoke a little hookah. But I couldn't smoke my hookah because I didn't know we were going to that spot. I didn't take my Excedrin migraine. Before you smoke some hookah,
that's what I'm
you gotta
talking
take
about.
an Excedrin migraine.
That's what I'm talking about. Why do you want to do something that causes you to have headaches?
Smoke it too hard.
Excedrin or not,
If you're hitting it
you
too
don't
hard.
feel that great after smoking hookah. Why do you want to do
I
it?
feel good if I take that Excedrin migraine first.
And see, that's drugs. Why you want to take an Excedrin
After we just said
if you
needed
don't
some
have
drugs.
to? And that's why I haven't went and got diagnosed.
I want to get Spatterall, but it's neither here nor there.
So
We promote
I'm
drugs.
trying-
It's a nasty episode. Sorry, don't do drugs, kids.
I'm trying not to medicate. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to somebody about that. I'm talking about Excedrin. If it makes you feel bad enough to where you gotta take an Excedrin before you do the activity, maybe you just shouldn't do the activity.
Well, see, that's contradicting because some people got to take Viagra before they have sex. Telling those people not to have sex. We got her. She's confused.
That's not what I'm saying.
And then some women got to take some pills to get that thing, get their motor back.
Because see, God gave us sex.
God gave you tobacco and hookah.
Mm-mm.
Anyway. She had a
That's
good
the
time on
main
her
man
birthday.
thing.
She turned up, and then we move on. Now we move on. Anniversary, Christmas, Shiloh's birthday, India's birthday. My mom is turning 70 years old. Give it up for my mom. Keep on living, keep on living. My mom is turning 70. So we, me and my sister and I decided to throw her 70th birthday dinner. My mom is quiet. Like my mom would be,
Your mom is not quiet.
I'm talking about like she doesn't want to be like out,
Okay.
turned up,
okay.
like they turned up like me.
Oh, look at that.
My mom
Look
is
at that. Me and his mom are
70.
very similar in that
My mom
regard.
is 70 years old.
But
You're
I'm sure in her
34.
30s, she didn't want to kick it like that either. What
I
she
don't know.
said was that your daddy liked to kick it. Your mama did not drink, but your daddy did. And your daddy would
much.
try to get her to taste it, and she would be like, this is gross.
Yeah, too
This is
much,
it.
too much.
So again,
Yeah. Anyway, we had my mama's 70th birthday dinner. It was a surprise. So now I had to drive back to Mississippi on the Friday before because somebody wanted to teach Pilates because I got classes already. I got to make sure I get my money. I got to make sure the people get the Pilates they need. So I'm like, all right, we just leave Friday after you get done teaching. Boom. Blake ass wanted Waldo. So now his mama and everybody in the house is spoiled except me, by the way. I'm from top to bottom. Everybody in the house gets what they want.
first of
in
all,
some version.
you're getting it wrong.
The short end of the stick.
We were going to leave on Friday.
Oh, the snow.
The snow
my
came
bad.
in.
The
I
snow.
suggested we leave on Thursday so that we would not get stuck here because I saw that it was snowing all throughout the
You were right.
state of Tennessee.
You were right. You're right.
So
We left
we
Thursday
leave. And
night.
Thursday, I always have to work Thursday mornings. So there's nothing I can do there. So I was like, okay, we'll leave. Check Blake out of school. Blake comes home and says that he wants Waldo's before we hit the road. And I said, we don't have to get no Waldo's. We can just get that when we get back home. So really, it is your inability to tell your children no when they be asking for stuff because all you as the driver had to say was, we're not getting that. We're going to stop and get something quick so that we could go ahead and get on the road.
Well, next time we're getting Wendy's. But Wendy's, y'all been slipping. Now, y'all are my guilty pleasure. It's my go-to food. But the last 2 times I got a double stack, the meat wasn't fresh.
It's never fresh.
Get better, all right?
It's not even real beef.
Yeah, Wendy's is. It's not frozen. It coming in. Yeah, I thought Wendy's was. You sure back in the day, Dave had the meat and the meat wasn't frozen.
Like low quality meat.
Hold on. Wendy's meat wasn't frozen back in the day. I don't know about like now, but when I was in high school, back in the early 2000s, the meat came unthawed. You had to put it on the... Anyway, neither here nor there. But we ended up going to Mississippi. We had my mama's surprise 70th birthday party at Char. It went extremely well. But, well, first of all, I'm going to tell you how we surprised her. I walk in the house. She's at my grandmother's house. And it's about 10:30. My mom usually stays up late. Like she's watching MSNBC. She's the big Republican, the card toting, will argue you up and down, will dismiss you if you voted for anybody else. Like she's that type of Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll fight you. So she's watching MSNBC usually. But I called her and I could tell she's asleep. I said, what you doing? I'm half asleep tonight. I'm like, oh shit. I'm not gonna be able to get in the house. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I drive a little faster. We pull up. I said, hey, I'm calling you back because I don't want to scare you. I said, what you mean? I walk in my grandmother's house. She throws the phone out of her hand and grabs her heart because she couldn't believe I was standing right there. What are you doing here? And I said, it's your birthday. We coming to party. And she's like, huh? She was super confused at that point. And she had like, are my babies here? Didn't even say hello to me. So I said, yeah, let me go get him. I wake him up, bring him in the house. So now everybody's wide awake at 11 o'clock p.m., right? So everybody just got some energy, bloop, out of nowhere. Going up. So anyway, fast forward, we have the birthday party. I wanted her to be a little bit late. The reservation was for 5. Anytime you want somebody to be late, have India drive them somewhere. That's the motto. That's the moral of the podcast. If you want somebody to be late for their surprise, whatever, tell India, hey, India, I think you should bring my mom. She's like, huh? I said, trust me. I know you're going to be late with India. And like you're in good hands with Allstate, you're going to be late with the great. That's it, right? Anyway, she pull up and she's so surprised. She sees all her friends there, her classmates there, and we just had a good time. And so thank you.
She had a ball.
Thank you, Char.
She couldn't stop talking about it. She was in disbelief.
Yeah. Thank you, Char. It was a wedding crisis, but we got making it through. My only complaint about Char. Let me talk about Char real fast. 2 things I'm gonna complain about. Now we know it was a large party. I got a salad. There were no eggs on my salad, and you put way too much vinaigrette dressing.
Was it a Cobb salad?
It said it had eggs. I read the description. And it should have came with eggs.
Should have got the gumbo.
You forgot my eggs. We had seafood in it.
You could have picked the shrimp out.
You forgot my eggs. And you drenched my salad with vinaigrette. And I love a good vinaigrette dressing, but not that easy on the dressing. And the second thing, I knew Char wasn't going to have the vibes right. So y'all know what I did. I brought the vibes to Char. I brought my own music. I asked the manager, could I do it beforehand? She was cool with it. She said, yeah. When I pull up, got my speaker together, I asked my waiter, I said, hey, man, y'all cool with me playing this, being respectful to the staff? You know what I mean? He said, man, yeah, it's cool. Just don't play it too loud to disturb the other guests. I'm like, well, is it too loud? He said, no. I like, cool. So then, boom, I went back to watch a little bit of the football game. The bar was right outside of our room, dining room. And do y'all know a black man came and told me, hey, man, you mind cutting the music down? I said, black man, you gonna be the one that's gonna stop these people's fun? I cut it down because I ain't want no disrespect.
Day,
the music wasn't
wrong, and it was loud.
No, it wasn't.
And it was in a restaurant. It was in a restaurant.
Mm-mm.
So unless you're doing a full buyout of the restaurant, you can't just play your music loud like that.
We're in the back of the restaurant with the private room with the doors closed.
But they were seating tables outside of the room.
Understood, right?
And because they kept that door open, you could hear the music outside of the door.
You could, and it was hot in there. You could. However, what was I playing? I was playing Motown greatest damn hits. I ain't play Pink Booty Show. I ain't play none of that. I was playing the Motown hits from Stevie Wonder all the way up to the Four Tops. We had it going on in there. But my man gonna come hate on the vibes. I cut it down. I didn't mean no disrespect. But come on, black man. Boom.
But he didn't come back in there after you moved it away from the door, right?
Nah,
the speaker. So
I had the speaker by the door. And that was my fault. I moved it to the other side of the room. He didn't come back in.
Yeah.
So I think he was just like pacing back and forth, like, man, get your anyway. So boom, we got that out of the way, did all that. Everything was cool. Everything was fun. Now we gotta drive back to Mississippi on Sunday because once again, Pilates.
We gotta drive back to Nashville on Sunday.
Nashville on Sunday.
And you're making it seem like it's my fault, but at the end of the day, we had to come back anyway. Blake had school on Monday, so stop putting it on me.
My bad. He had school on Monday. Mind you, we drive. We left about 2:00, which is not bad. It's a good time for us because the babies will take a nap and get my first 3-4 hours out of the way. So we driving. Everybody's cool. I think the drive was fine. We pulled back to the house. And whoa, not yet. We were going to record the podcast the following Monday. What's today? Today is Wednesday. We were going to record on Monday. Say it.
The house was an icebox. The house was reading 54 degrees. It was like 52 degrees in the house. I said, Bear, you turned the heat off when we left? And he was like, no. And it's reading that the heat is on, but the house is, for some reason, the heat is actually set on like 72, and the house is reading 52. That's what I had it on. So I called my neighbor, and I'm like, hey, like, since it's been so cold, since we've been gone, have y'all had any issues with your HVAC? Like, she was like, no, we've been fine. I was like, great. I think our heat has gone out. So it's like 9:30 at this point. We just got off the road. We have no heat. And so we have a fireplace downstairs. It's a gas fireplace, but I don't want to sleep with a gas fireplace going all night, breathing in gas fumes. Like, I don't want to do that. It was kind of heating the space up, but also we have a very modern house. It's a window for every square inch in the house.
Facts. Too many blinds.
Because we got all these windows and doors, like you can, feel the draft coming in through the windows. It was just too doggone cold. So I said, Bear, we're finna sleep upstairs. And he's like, I don't think that's the best idea. Now, mind you, I've been in a cold ass house before because I've been in a house where the heat wasn't working.
She swears she's from the slum.
The heat was turned off.
Where you from, man? Go ahead.
You about to piss me off. And I don't got to tell them where I'm from because they know where I'm from at this point.
Talk about it. Ooh.
Anyways,
hold it down.
Because he ain't never had the stroke. Bear grew up with a very privileged life.
Hold it down.
Praise God.
Talk about
the life that you've lived.
Just trying to keep it up.
So I said, we're going to all sleep in one room. Why we all sleeping in one room? Like, no survival skills. None. So
can you pitch a tent?
We went and we used my neighbor's space heater. Now, we do need a space heater in the house because some areas of the house get colder than others anyway.
Facts.
But we borrowed their space heater, and we have an air mattress that, lifts up off the floor like
one of the fire ones.
So I was like, both of the kids are going to sleep on the air mattress. We pulled that into our bedroom.
And we got heated blankets, too.
Praise God for Bear's grandmother, because I think last year she bought us. She didn't really give it to us, but she said that our house be too cold, so she bought the kids heated blankets last year for Christmas.
She did.
But they're full-size blankets.
They came in handy. Now, one is a queen. The blue one was a queen.
Okay.
In our bed.
Yeah, so put one blanket on our bed, put the other blanket on the kids' bed, and then we had the space heater going, and then I shoved a towel underneath the bedroom door, shoved it under the bathroom door, and then I also stuffed a towel at the window sills.
She went crazy.
So
laundry everywhere. Still.
We ended up, the kids slept wonderfully.
They did.
Even got a little high. It was like a little sauna in that one room.
I had to pull the blanket off me at one point. I'm like, damn, I'm wet. Yikes.
So now, I had to, because he didn't want to give me my props, I woke up, I said, it worked, didn't it?
Yeah. She wanted some praise so bad. She don't never talk to me when she wake up. Do y'all wife talk to y'all when y'all, she never says anything to me when she wakes up.
That's not true.
Andy, you don't.
Well, you get up before me.
And I'm cool. I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. I'm fine with you not saying nothing. But you wake up, hair be all on the side of your head, and you pull out the Bible, and you're like, you be looking like, bruh, like you just ready to fight
I'm in a better mood after I read the Bible, though.
I hope Jesus would put something in your heart. Shit. Anyway.
So this year, I'm trying to read the entire Bible. Now, there's a couple of different plans that I'm kind of like torn between the two, because there's this one plan. I had to put up my audiobooks. I just found him recently through Justin.
The Bible Project is the best plan.
No, it's not the Bible Project.
It's the best one. I'm telling y'all right now.
This one has a podcast that you can follow along to. So it's the Bible Department. And a black guy leads that one, but he doesn't start in Genesis, because I would try to read the whole
Justin
Bible.
told you that?
Yeah. So I would try to read the Bible from Genesis, and I would always like stop
In
and-
Numbers, the worst part of the Bible. Sue me.
Should do would almost be Leviticus for me, but like if I made it through Leviticus, by the time I got to Numbers,
You like take
and
me
you
to the
was
king.
reading all of them numbers,
Just take me to the king
I was
right
like,
now.
why is this written like this?
It's over.
And then I would stop, and then for the rest of the year, I would just basically follow along with whatever my pastor was preaching about. But I was like, I really want to know the Bible. Like, I want to know what the book says, because you can't. For me, you can't live the way that God wants you to live if you don't actually know the way that He wants you to live.
Hallelujah. Praise
Don't start
God.
that. So the Bible department actually starts in Luke.
Boom, boom, boom.
And it's nice because it also, like, it has a podcast, the Bible department, and it's like 20 to 30 minutes where he explains what is happening in the chapters. And I like that type of breakdown. And then you go through and you read the chapters on your
Bible
own.
Project is better.
You haven't read this though.
You
So
haven't read the
how do
Bible
you know that
Project.
it's better?
'Cause
I
can't
started the
remember.
Bible Project last year, but I wasn't able to keep up with it.
Oh.
But before I found this year I actually had started with Genesis, and Genesis is T, because honestly, in Genesis, I don't think I've ever made it past.
Clock that T.
Like, this is the first year where I actually read Abraham and Sarah's story to truly understand it. I would read, obviously get through Adam and Eve, get through Noah, in the ark and stuff like that. But like, you keep reading and it gets to the stories about Abraham and Sarah. It's just like looking at God's grace on you. It is like, I was like gasping through the chapter.
If y'all don't cue the organ right now, come on, man. I need the organ. Y'all think I'm not gonna put the organ in the background?
And then it's like her, like Sarah struggling with infertility and not being able to have kids. And she was like, I'm gonna bless you with this son. You gonna name him Isaac. And she was like, why you go? It was just like, look
Talk
at this.
to him.
Like, no matter the age, like
matter
when
the
God say
age,
it's time,
it's your time.
So anyways, Genesis has blessed me this month. But I think I'm going to pause at Genesis.
Don't pause.
I'm not going to go to Exodus.
Keep
Can
going.
you stop? Because you about to piss me off.
Please don't get mad at me, Jesus.
In the podcast, you play too much. In the podcast,
Oh,
you play too much.
Why you gonna skip around though if you got a project? See, that's the
You
thing
play too
about-
much.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
I want to hear it.
All right,
I want to hear
Let
it.
me say this one thing. That's why you're not going to complete the project.
That's not true.
If you start skipping around, you're gonna forget where you left off, and you're not gonna be.
Why
able to pick
would
back
I
up.
forget where I left off when it's a plan? Why would I
But
forget
you
where
just
I
said
left
you about
off?
to skip around on the plan.
I'm saying I'm about to stop what I'm doing now and pick up with the Bible department. But if you would stop talking, you would be able to hear.
I'm trying to be your ad lib congratulatory.
I don't like your
sounding board.
ad libs.
I'm
They
sorry.
suck.
I'm sorry, I'll stop. You turned up on this whole little part right here. Look how spiky you are. If y'all see what I see when I see it, then you would know the vibes.
I wish that you would show people like how you are off camera. Like,
Yeah, I'm
sometimes you do have the ability to be serious.
Yeah, I do. Like if I'm at work or something.
No,
When I'm at home with the kids.
no.
When, like around
Like,
you.
you can talk about stuff with substance and not
Oh, yeah,
just
I
like
can.
silly.
But they don't come for
stuff.
that. Y'all, if y'all
That's
want to hear
not
me,
true.
if y'all want to
That
hear
is
me be
not
serious,
true.
let me say this. If y'all want to hear me be serious, DM me. I'll give you my phone number and we can have a legit phone conversation. Like, I will talk to you.
And why would you give out your number to random people? That's crazy.
Because you just said you want people to get to know me at a deeper level.
That's the purpose of the podcast. Like,
Okay,
you
all right.
need to.
I'm going to be serious.
You don't have to be just serious or just silly. Like, you could do both. But some reason, like,
Okay.
you have no ability to be serious on the podcast
I'm
at all.
serious.
No, you're not.
India, anytime you talk about church, I'm going to do that because this is
Don't
what
do
you
that.
should do.
Don't do that. No, you
The
shouldn't.
pastors even
You
do
are
that.
making a mockery of what I'm saying.
Nah, dude, you making about what you saying. I'm giving you your props.
No,
If you
you're
don't want your
not.
props, then I'm bigging you
No,
up.
you're
Queen.
not.
Big up is before we leave. I gotta tell the people this is not even a relationship. It should be. I'm not gonna hit the button. I want you to tell the guys what you helped me understand about women, because I think every man should know that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. And you laugh because I know you're lying. Why you always lying? And I'm let me get serious. Okay. India gave me some game, right? And I didn't know this about women. I thought I knew everything about women. India pulls out her phone and says, you see this right here? This right here? This right here? This week right here? What is it called? The libido? What is it called? The love week? What was it called? So with L. You forgot the name?
No, I didn't forget the name.
Anyway,
It's the luteal phase.
the luteal. Hey, ask your woman what's up with that luteal today, fellas.
And
When
I
you
mean,
see
for what
your
it's
woman-
worth, she might not know. But your period comes in phases.
Man, just going deep. Talk about it.
I'm finna stop talking altogether.
No, go for it.
Because you insist on giving podcasts with no substance and all.
Go for it, Queen.
Foo-foo,
I'm the
silly
one that
stuff.
brought the luteal up. Talk about the luteal.
Again, what is your reasoning for bringing up my cycle at this point in time?
Because in my relationship, if I would have hit the button, which I didn't do, I should have. My relationship for the fellas is to understand what a luteal is, because I didn't know. And I'm trying to put them on game.
And why do you keep saying it like that? Why do you keep saying
So now she gonna
luteal?
that's what it's called, right? A luteal phase. So I'm abbreviating and taking off the phase and just going with a luteal. So when she's in the luteal phase, because she wants me to say the whole thing, that means that she's happy, right? When she's out of the luteal phase, she gets more and more cranky as the month leads up to her cycle. I didn't know these things, but I found out because we were doing doing some adult activities. I can't say that.
Keep going, Barry.
We were doing some adult activities and she was having more fun than she normally has. I'm just going to leave that at that. Y'all take that and do what you want to do with it. But I could tell, like, all right, she's a little bit more into it than normal. And then I said, I'm going to try to run it back again the next day. Normally, she's a 1 week type of gal. You know what I'm saying? Maybe once a month type of gal. It depends on how.
Depends how much you piss me off for the money.
And that's facts. So I'm like, run it back. And the next day, I ran it back. And I was like, okay. So the next morning, I say, what's going on? I need to know. You know, I want to find out. And she pulled out the app. See this right here? Period. See this right here? Luteal. See this right here? The build-up. See this right here? Postpartum. It's not called that, but I'm just putting y'all on game. Anyway, I had to figure out the vibes. So now that I know the vibes, I tread lightly on see this right here first week, but on that second week, I'm treading hard. You feel me? What I mean by that, I can be a little more, playful with her because she wants that. She wants me to come on to her. She can't get enough of this funky stuff. Outside of that, though, she don't give a shit about me other than that. It's basically what I'm telling y'all. So figure it out.
I'm saying, okay, your menstrual cycle. There's 4 phases to your menstrual cycle. You have menstruation, which is your period on flow. You got your follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. So I'm just going to talk about...
Stay away from ovulation if you're not trying to have a baby. But if you are trying to have a baby, good luck. And if you can't, good luck. I'm praying for you.
Ovulation is usually when the woman... I mean, obviously, that's ovulate. Like, you ovulate, that's how you get pregnant, egg drops, like all that thing.
All right, we
but
know
as
that.
far as like how you're feeling, that is usually when you're like super horny and ready to go. Like that's also it might be a little more slippery down there during that time as well. Okay.
Side up. I can't play the song. I'm gonna get flagged on YouTube. Keep going.
But then after you finish ovulation, you finish that window, you go into your luteal phase. And that is when your moodiness starts to kick in.
Oh, so I need to be outside the luteal phase, not inside the luteal phase.
The luteal phase is when you start to get moody. That's
my
when
bad, fellas. Get out of there.
That is when your cravings start to happen. That's when you start to crave your chocolate and your cookies and, you know, all that kind
Stay
of stuff.
away
And
from Luteal.
you are super irritable.
I feel like you in your Luteal phase.
Shut up.
Okay.
Status he was referring to. But also I think, like, for women, like, I think sex, I don't know, like, what's the cutoff, but like the older I get, the better sex gets. And I always have heard that they say sex is better once you get towards the end of your 30s, going into your 40s anyway, for women. But like I said, the older I get, the better sex. Like I'm feeling, like I'm having much better sex in my mid 30s than what I was having in my 20s. Like, especially early 20s. So it's like kind of mid. It's like, what am I?
She wasn't with me. She wasn't with me.
I was with you.
It was me. It's cool.
I was with you.
Cause
I ain't saying I'm not. No. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I wasn't saying.
No, we heard you
having
loud
bad
and clear.
sex.
It was me. That's what you said.
Like it was still a time. I'm just saying it feels.
That's when that
better.
fan was out.
And I know more about like my body and like what I desire and how to get it.
Fire and desire. And you didn't know about that Luteal when you was 20 till.
So like honestly, I could be mad as ever with you during ovulation phase, but my body is ready for sex. So I can usually shove it to the side.
I'm not ready during that phase. I'm mad.
But obviously that's when you can get pregnant too. So
Yep. You got to strap up.
I always tell people like you have the best sex during the month, during the time of the month that you're supposed to be, that you could get pregnant. That's when the best sex comes.
Don't play with fire. You might get burned. Unless it's what you want. Then I'm praying for you if that's what you want. But if you don't want that, stay out of the kitchen if you're not ready to cook in the oven. Tell the people where they can find you. It's me, baby.
India.Marie. I told you. You not asking me. I ain't saying nothing.
That's right. No codes.
India.Marie.
You have a code next week, then you can say it. You can find me at BLove1911 on all social platforms. Be sure to follow She and I Podcast on Instagram. It's going to get better. Please be sure to follow. Hit us up. She and I Podcast at Gmail. Holler at us on YouTube. The visual vibes are in the building. And we love to hear from you. But in the meantime, in between time, it's so great to be back. It's been real. It's been fun. I out.